medication on a single prescription.
Saving you money and time.
Ask your doctor if a 60-day prescription is right for you or visit health.gov.au/cheaper medicines.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Maddie's soccer games were a weekend ritual for our family, and when Amanda passed away, it was devastating. I'm so grateful we did something simple years ago that helped Maddie and I find our feet again, without added financial stress. We got real life insurance.
We've paid out over $199 million in real life insurance claims in the last 5 years. Simply call now and apply for cover up to $1 million. To request a quote, search Real Life Insurance.
This is 7 News, the voice of the New England.
Tonight, long weekend events bring a boost for regional business. Sunshine and waterfront views as holidaymakers get back to nature.
I'm Daniel Gibson. Later on this news hour, rallies and reflection, the 1-year anniversary of the October 7 attacks, and the Panthers celebrate a 4th straight grand final win.
7 News begins now.
Good evening. The long weekend has been a welcome money spinner for many local businesses. A calendar of events has also provided the entertainment, with motels booked up and travellers are enjoying the lower fuel prices.
This long weekend has been fruitful for motel owner Michael Kelly.
I want to give a Perry Motel.
Events at the nearby Regional Entertainment Conference Centre, Armidale hosting numerous events, and just general travellers means this Labor Day long weekend has been booked out since the beginning of the year.
It's a great area, a lot here to see. A lot of people come out this part of the world to see, have a look what's on offer out here.
Employees are paid 200% penalty rates on public holidays. For Mr Kelly, that extra cost is just part and parcel. According to Tamworth Regional Council, tourism contributes almost $300 million each year to the local economy.
The rates are there, you've got to pay that for the reason, so that's factored into your pricing, the long weekends in particular.
The local driver revivers are churning through supplies. Increased traffic has given locals Hank and Trudy the chance to catch up with people from across the country.
We ask them questions to see where they're going and where they come from. Yeah.
The afternoon usually gets busier because they need a break.
When it comes to fuel prices, travellers have scored a bargain just in time. Australian motorists enjoyed some falling prices in the last 6 months, with a 35-cent drop in unleaded prices since April. Today, unleaded sat at an average of 178.1 cents in Tamworth, nearly 185 in Armidale, and 184.3 in Moree. Diesel a touch higher at 178 in Tamworth, 189 cents in Armidale, and 189.7 in Moree. But with tensions rising in the Middle East, those prices may be on the rise very soon.
And you can't control what the economics of the world are doing.
Rex Quayle, 7 News.
Police have now wrapped up a 3-day high-visibility operation across the northwest. 4 people were arrested and charged, while over 15 businesses were inspected. James Carter joins us now from Tamworth. And James, what triggered these arrests?
Nick, Operation Surge is the latest phase of Regional Mongoose, which targets young offenders. From Wednesday to Saturday, police conducted 32 random breath tests, seized 3 knives and a dirt bike, as well as carrying out bail and domestic violence order checks. A 25-year-old man was arrested in Moree, charged with 3 outstanding warrants relating to domestic violence and driving offences, while a 31-year-old man was also charged with domestic violence offences. A 48-year-old man in West Tamworth was arrested by police at a traffic stop, charged with possessing drugs and driving while suspended.
Certainly sounds like police were kept busy. OK, James Carter, thanks for the update. Good winter rain has set cotton growers for what they're hoping will be a bumper season. Planting's about to begin across the region, with farmers hoping for a nice run of warm weather.
Getting ready for planting, growers are feeling upbeat.
Second week of October, that's usually our rule of thumb planting date, but yeah, obviously soil temperature dependent and go a bit earlier.
Across the country, farmers are aiming to generate over 1 million tonnes of quality fibre. Thanks to good winter rain, things are looking up for the season ahead.
We've got full storages on farm with obviously all the recent rain and flooding events. So we've got full access to water, which is good.
Global prices are expected to increase due to storm damage to crops in the US. Wheat grower James Carl expects to plant as soon as it hits a 10-day warm snap, with the rest of the crop going in by the end of the month.
The ground prep is in perfect condition. The soil beds, the seed beds are in perfect condition. It's the only thing that can mess it up now is unexpected, unforeseen cold snap.
Across the growing regions, the Upper Namoi is expecting 15,000 hectares irrigated and 17,000 dry land, while the Guida is expecting 45,000 irrigated and 33,000 dry land. Out in Narromine, Tim Gainsford expects to plant 115 hectares of cotton this season and is trialling cover cropping.
65 hectares of bankless irrigation under cover crop. It's quite exciting on what the potential could be in these conditions.
James Carter, 7 News.
We might be seeing a few more city slickers in the bush, with regional rent growth starting to slow. New research from Property Site Domain says right across the state, rents grew 0.9% in the September quarter. That's very little compared to the 2% rise in Sydney. Rents are still roughly 6% higher than last year in regional areas, at a median of about $580 per week.
I think now that interest rates have been held for a little while, people have come to terms with where their interest rates are at, and therefore they're not having to push up the rent as much as they were earlier in the year.
The Reserve Bank of Australia's next interest rate decision is on November 5. After weeks of on-again, off-again spring weather, Mother Nature finally turned it on for the long weekend. Holidaymakers headed to waterside locations right around our region. One of the most popular was Lake Keepit.
The sun was out, providing the perfect weather at Lake Keepit. The long weekend may nearly be over, but some holiday makers are only just arriving.
I'm going fishing on my pop's big boat, and I want to catch a big one. And then I'm going to swim out to the pontoon with my cousins Harry, Bevan, Layla Bevan and Lucas Bevan.
Other campers who had already been there for days made the most of their time to relax.
Yeah, a group of us come down to check it out. We've been fishing and skiing and wakeboarding and kneeboarding and jet skiing, and great facility. Lots of things for the kids to do.
Lake Keepit's currently at 62% capacity, so there's plenty of water for boats and all the other fun that goes with it.
The biscuit. Yeah, the biscuit when there was a huge wave the other day and we came off straight away.
But it wasn't all smooth sailing, with territorial magpies wreaking havoc at the campsites.
Great time for the kids. They're having a ball. So we have one get attacked by a magpie and came off his bike and broke his collarbone. That wasn't fun for him, but anyway. He's still having fun.
One group on a paddleboard even had to be rescued.
Yeah, the currents pushed us all the way back.
So we tried getting back, but then we couldn't. So my dad had to call these boat people to come and get us.
Hugh Pearson, 7 News.
For a look at all of today's weather conditions, Kirstie joins us now. Kirstie, it was a hot day out there today.
It certainly was, Nick. Hello to you and good evening, everyone. Not a bad public holiday Monday across our region. It has followed a very windy weekend, and those winds were strong today too at times, gusts reaching more than 35 kilometres an hour across the northern tablelands this afternoon. But it remained clear and sunny, very warm daytime temperatures. Narrabri in the low 30s. Even Tamworth had that top of 28 degrees today. The wind chill mainly a factor in the east, where winds were strongest. In Tenterfield, 27, and in Murrurundi, 25 today. A temperature drop is heading our way, midweek, with a cold front passing over the region. We are expecting showers late into next weekend. I'll have a look at our week in weather a little after sport, Nick.
Sounds good, Kirstie. We'll see you really soon. Well, still to come in 7 News, why pets and snakes don't mix. And rock legends Cold Chisel kick off their Australian tour in Armidale.
And a little later on this news hour, a driver charged after a man was killed when a car ploughed into his home. Hundreds of Aussies arrive home on Mercy flights from the Middle East. The world stops to mark the October 7 attacks 1 year on, and the Panthers make history with a fourth straight premiership win.
A dog owner has been left absolutely heartbroken after a dachshund lost his battle with a brown snake. Owners are tonight being encouraged to be extra vigilant this season to prevent any more pets dying.
In the wake of being bitten by a brown snake, George the Dachshund is back home and on the road to recovery.
He's getting quite lively. He's been very sleepy. The vet said to keep him quiet for a week. No jumping, but that's a bit impossible.
Sadly, his companion, Cruz, was not so lucky.
They saved George, but unfortunately they couldn't save Cruz. And that makes me teary.
As the weather warms up across the region, venomous reptiles are coming out of hibernation and they're more active when they first emerge.
We've had quite a few come in already, snake bites, just typical playing out off the lead in the long grass.
Dog owner Angela Wilson says brown snakes are frequent unwelcome visitors in her backyard.
He's cranky. The last one was the 10th, and I've been here 3 years.
She's doing everything she can to protect herself and her dogs from the high grass hotspot that is not her responsibility.
Well, I bought meshing, and the snake detectors what make a noise, but it doesn't seem to work.
Local vets say prevention is key, but if a snake does snap, time is of the essence.
The best thing you can do is be here as soon as possible. That time between the dog or cat or whoever you love that's gotten bitten, and coming in here is crucial.
For now, George is tethered to his best friend's side at all times.
Keep me on my toes.
Emily Francis, 7 News.
In news that surprises absolutely no one, legendary Australian rock band Cold Chisel still has it. They rocked Peterson's Winery in Armidale over the weekend to kick off their 50th birthday tour, the same town where they started their career all the way back in 1974. Armidale was pretty much booked out for the whole event. The band belted out their massive hit Flame Trees, a song about the Australian country lifestyle, which went down pretty well with the crowd.
There's no change, there's no place, everything within its place just makes it harder to believe that she won't be around.
Cold Chisel has 16 more shows across the country until mid-November.
Take a breath as projected light and music moves gently across the desert landscape. Celebrate a story of love, land and connection. Book today, Sunrise Journeys. It's just, wow.
The Target Big Brand Toy Sale is now on. Get 20% off toys from their favourites like Lego, Barbie, Hot Wheels and more. Hurry, the Target Big Brand Toy Sale ends October 9. T's and C's apply. See online and in-store for details.
With Woolworths, you can shop online the way that works for you.
Same-day delivery, straight to my door. And there's more. Direct to boot. Suits me, and it's free.
See ya! Don't forget the app. Shows me all my specials.
And keeps my budget on track. With these boys to feed, that's what I need.
That's today's fresh food, people.
Ooh, someone's making a meal of it.
person's tricky.
No worries. You're with Budget Direct.
Moneybag's Insurer of the Year. 8 years in a row.
Insurance solved with Budget Direct.
Did you know that in New South Wales, you need to service your inflatable life jackets every year to make sure that they work properly in an emergency? Most manufacturers will provide advice on how to service an inflatable life jacket and how to check to make sure they're in good working condition before you head out on the water. Remember, look after your life jacket and it'll look after you. For more information on how to service an inflatable life jacket, visit nsw.gov.au/maritime safety.
Up next in sport, old rivals meet in the Australian Rugby Shield final. And the Lake Keepit Soaring Club takes off for its Labor Day Grand Prix.
Tomorrow on Sunrise, inside one of the year's biggest online sales, how to score massive savings on millions of items, including holidays and everyday essentials.
Wow, plus Graham Norton live and exclusive with a big announcement for Australia. See you in the morning.
The Lake Keepit Soaring Club's continued a Labor Day tradition today. Pilots taking to the skies for the annual Grand Prix. But Mother Nature made sure it wasn't all smooth sailing.
Doing some last-minute checks before soaring as high as 7,000 feet.
They've set a task of 200 kilometres for the Grand Prix today, so they're sort of flying a square with 50-kilometre sides, and they'll get around that in about 2 hours.
Contestants came from far and wide to compete in the Lake Keepit Soaring Club Grand Prix.
Well, quite a lot of the people here will be from Sydney. We have one or two from Victoria and South Australia occasionally. And this is a club competition, not a national competition.
The day wasn't without its problems. The start time of the Grand Prix was pushed back due to a lack of clouds and heat, which made it unsuitable to fly. Once they were in the air, pilots had to be creative to continue.
We're not expecting to see any cumulus clouds to mark the lift, so we're going to have to work out, without that indicator, how the energy lines in the sky are structured.
The conditions might have caused nerves for some, but Mr. Martin was confident that these pilots would be able to get the job done.
A bit anxious, one or two of them, the ones who are new at it, but most of them are pretty hotshot, well-experienced guys.
Mr. Atkinson says the first Grand Prix of the season will help him and his fellow flyers get back into the zone.
So this is a short one, but it's early in the soaring season, so it's good for everyone to get current again.
Hugh Pearson, 7 News.
The Australian Rugby Shield has eluded New South Wales country. The Cockatoos went down to Queensland country 31-19 in a dramatic grand final. Dubbo Kangaroo Tim Beach opened the scoring for New South Wales and an unexpected play from the winger. The match seesawed, but it was the Healers who claimed the Shield victory. Now, despite the loss, Beach says he can see the positives.
You know, the rugby was so much quicker and you've got to be thinking on the go, and I think the exciting thing is I learnt so much along the way, and I'm excited to take that back to Central West and club rugby at Dubbo.
The Dean Oxley coach Cockatoos went through their pool matches undefeated before being toppled in the final. The countdown is on to a big weekend on the mountain. James Courtney is a familiar face at the Bathurst 1000. He made his debut at Mount Panorama all the way back in 2005 and has claimed a Supercars championship along the way. But there's still one thing that he says is missing.
James Courtney is no stranger to Mount Panorama. The 44-year-old has lined up on the Bathurst 1000 grid 18 times. Yet he's never lifted the Peter Brock Trophy.
I've ticked off many amazing races and championships throughout the whole time, but Bathurst is the one that's always eluded me. Been second and third plenty of times, but yet to win.
So when he's back on track for this week's great race, Courtney is more determined than ever to stand on top of the podium.
It'd be definitely something that I feel that I missed and would always sort of dream of being able to achieve. But yeah, we've got 2 more shots at it, so fingers crossed we can get it done.
He'll team up with Jack Perkins to drive the Blanchard Racing No. 7 Ford Mustang GT. This pairing claimed third in the 2019 Bathurst 1000. Courtney's coming off a disappointing Sandown 500. He was running 11th early on before a broken rear roll bar cooled his chances.
We had a lot of bad luck, but yeah, the speed wasn't too bad in the start and qualifying, so hopefully we can carry that into Bathurst and have a good result.
Courtney's happy to shift focus to this week's major race.
To be honest, Sandown doesn't mean anything. We're all here for Bathurst this time of year.
The Supercars on-track action begins on Thursday at Mount Panorama with practice sessions. Practice and qualifying will feature on Friday, with Saturday's highlight the top 10 shootout. Then it all comes down to Sunday with the 1000 starting at 11:30am. Michelle Cook, 7 News.
Well, stay with us here at 7 News because up next, Kirstie has your week ahead in local weather.
Good evening, everyone. A cold front is forecast to move across the state tomorrow and into Wednesday, dropping temperatures by up to 5 degrees for some. At the same time, fresh southerly winds will sweep along the coastline, triggering showers. A trough could develop midweek for the northern inland, also generating a shower or two. Otherwise, skies look mostly fine under high pressure until the weekend. In the northeast, we're expecting about 30 millimetres of rain. Some areas could see heavier falls, but most of this wet weather is forecast to arrive into the weekend and early next week. Tomorrow, sunny, but there is a chance of unsettled weather into the late afternoon for the northern tablelands in the form of showers and storms. Warm in the west, 33 on the way for Moree, and windy with warm weather and the windy conditions. We're expecting a high fire danger rating for the Northwest Fire District. Temperatures sitting from the low 20s through parts of the Upper Hunter well into the high 20s, but some fresh southwesterly winds might impact those maximums a little. It does look to cool down as we head into the middle of the working week, though, with a high chance of showers. Gunnedah dropping from 30 degrees to a top of 24. Corindai also dropping to the low 20s compared to tomorrow. We're expecting about 3 millimetres of rain in the northwest with possible storms around. In the east, Glen Innes could see about 5 millimetres of rain. Windy weather too, and again, we can see those maximums cooler just in the mid-teens. But those temperatures will increase again into Thursday and become more settled. A top of 30 degrees for Walgett, Narrabri 28 and Tamworth 26 degrees. Winds becoming mild, northwest to northeasterly and partly cloudy. It's not until the evening when we'll likely feel a cooler wind change. Certainly very yo-yo conditions over the next couple of days. And if we look ahead, scattered showers will then increase once again from Saturday, becoming heavy towards the end of the weekend and into early next week. We'll have a better idea on how this wet weather system is developing as we head into the next few days, but still looking a little bit unsettled through till Wednesday. We can certainly see that temperature drop heading our way too, Nick.
Well, Kirstie, thank God you're here to keep us right across all those developments.
It's a little bit happening.
Yeah, it certainly is. All right, thanks very much. That is your local news for tonight. I'm Nick Hose. Thanks for your company. In just a moment, Dan's got your latest national and international news. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night. Kirstie and I are back tomorrow night at 6 o'clock for more local news. We'll see you then.
Give your everything to anything you do. Embrace challenges as opportunities to evolve. Let curiosity fuel your growth. Chase beauty in the small things. Commit to your passions. This is what we do. This is what we mean by dedicated to everyday excellence. OPSM, all about your eyes.
Attention Aldi shoppers, these aren't just low prices. It's a sale!
It's not a sale. Our prices are just this low every day.
Yes, it's an everyday sale!
I think there's a sale.
No, it's not an everyday sale. It's just our
It's
price.
not an everyday sale!
It's not an everyday sale. No, there's no sale. There's no sale. Just low prices every day at Aldi. Good different.
The party comes. The party goes. The new look comes. The new look goes. The omelette comes. The omelette goes. But our products last. Last and last. Long-lasting products for sustainable cleaning. Vileda. It feels great to feel at home.
Maddie's soccer games were a weekend ritual for our family, and when Amanda passed away, it was devastating. I'm so grateful we did something simple years ago that helped Maddie and I find our feet again, without added financial stress. We got real life insurance.
We've paid out over $199 million in real life insurance claims in the last 5 years. Simply call now and apply for cover up to $1 million. To request a quote, search real life insurance.
Clearing the mind doesn't have to be done in silence. Come find us. We're out there. Kathmandu.
Catch the wave of savings. Save up to $2,000 on 2024 model Yamaha Wave Runners. Plus 2.99% finance from Yamaha Motor Finance. Plus 12 months complimentary Yamaha Motor Insurance. Hurry, don't miss out. Offer ends 15th October 2024. Visit your Yamaha Wave Runner dealer today.